What that means in our world is that as a fiduciary, someone looking after portfolios for people, a fiduciary has to consider a new asset class because of the low correlation with other assets in terms of returns and risk. And so if you add Bitcoin to an existing portfolio, if that is right, and this is low correlation asset, what that means is over time, returns per unit of risk will go up.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Cathie Wood discusses Bitcoin and crypto, although it didn't appear probable, especially considering her extremely optimistic outlook. The price is $1.5 million. Bitcoin Ark Invest founder and CEO Cathie Wood has expressed a growing optimism towards Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry. This newfound positivity stems from the remarkable success of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which have consistently surpassed expectations and attracted billions of dollars since their launch in January. Despite a few minor setbacks, the ETFs have proven to be highly lucrative. According to recent reports, IBIT has experienced significant success. On May 28th, IBIT became the world's largest Bitcoin-based spot ETF, surpassing the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. During this time, IBIT recorded $12.5 million in inflows, while Grayscale saw $15 million worth of outflows. The inflow, IBIT now has a total of 288,000 Bitcoin holdings, despite the impressive success of these ETFs. Cathie predicts that the inflows are expected to increase further as the products gain more traction in the traditional finance scene through the wirehouses. According to Cathie, the success of these ETFs thus far will be overshadowed by what is yet to come, especially with the involvement of well-known wirehouses like Morgan Stanley. Wells Fargo and Bank of America have recently embraced Bitcoin on their platforms. Cathie anticipates a significant increase in the inflow of funds into ETFs, projecting a shift from billions to hundreds of billions of dollars. Cathie also notes that several wirehouses are showing a growing interest in Bitcoin, as evidenced by their exploration of Bitcoin ETFs and the underlying cryptocurrency. Cathie is confident that the move will bring great success and profits to Bitcoin prices. She is revising her timeline for reaching $1 million Bitcoin, which she previously anticipated by 2030. However, she now predicts that it will happen much sooner. Here are some highlights from her recent fireside chat with Peter McCormack at CoinDesk's Consensus 2024 conference. And lots of things Cathie Wood discusses. So please watch the video to end and share this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
In terms of what's happened to us, it's been heaven sent. We've earned it though. We've been doing research on Bitcoin since I founded Ark in 2014, which is a lot longer than any of the other competitors have. So we've been very gratified.
And back then, people thought you might have been a bit crazy. What are you doing with this crazy digital Bitcoin thing?
Yes, so in 2014, we wrote our first blog on Bitcoin, which didn't get any attention. And then in 2015, we wrote our first white paper on Bitcoin with Art Laffer. So Art Laffer is a monetary scholar, and Art read the paper, got through it, and said, whoa, this is what I have been waiting for since the US closed the gold window in 1971. This is private money. This is going to be big. And I said, okay, how big? Yes, the big idea. How big, Art? He said, how big is the US monetary base? Back then it was $4.5 trillion, now it's $7.5 trillion. So it's a big idea.
Right, so I think the big topic of the year so far has been ETFs.
Yes.
We should start with that.
Yes.
Finally, the SEC allowed for a Bitcoin ETF after pressure from the lawsuit brought.
Yeah, they were dragged kicking and screaming into it. Yes.
Gensler was reluctant.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that was?
Well, we've been trying to figure out, was this because Gensler had aspirations to be Treasury Secretary, and the Treasury Secretary really is, guards the dollar? That was the only explanation after he had been at MIT teaching about Bitcoin, seemingly with enthusiasm. So I thought it was that. It could be, I'm sure it was politics. There was a contingent of the Democrat Party that was anti-crypto, no question about it. But what's very gratifying about FIT 21, the act that the House passed last week, is that was bipartisan, 76 Democrats. So this is an election year issue. And I think Coinbase and all of the others and we've participated as well in pooling together funds to help Washington understand, how important a movement this is. I think that's working.
On Monday, the on-chain crypto asset holdings of former United States President Donald Trump briefly reached a value of $10 million. Driven by his significant token holding, on May 27th, blockchain intelligence firm Arkham reported that presidential candidate Donald Trump's crypto asset portfolio exceeded $10 million. The surge to a seven-figure portfolio was driven by the MAGA memic coin, TrueMP, which reached an all-time high of $13.24 on May 7th, as reported by Arkham. Donald Trump possesses a staggering 579,000. The memic coin has experienced a significant surge of 53% in the past week, which can be attributed to the endorsements of Donald Trump in the crypto market. He expressed a strong sense of optimism and enthusiasm towards cryptocurrency companies and everything associated with this rapidly growing industry. On May 25th, he mentioned that the Trump 2024 campaign had initiated a fundraising page that accepts donations in cryptocurrency. However, it is worth noting that the value of Trump has significantly dropped by 88.8% since reaching its peak, currently standing at $12.40 at the time of writing, as reported by Coin. Jacko, this unfortunate turn of events has led to the entire portfolio shrinking to 9.5 million. The decline in crypto markets during early trading on May 28th has had a significant impact. In response to this, an AG was launched in August with the noble goal of donating to US veterans and protecting children. Although it does not have an official affiliation or endorsement from Donald Trump, the company bears the former president's name, as stated on their official website. A total of 234.75 ETH has been donated to United States veterans and 24.5 ETH to child trafficking prevention since the launch of MAGA. Donald Trump also possesses a significant collection, consisting of 4,642 ETH, which is currently valued at approximately $1.79 million. Let's get back to Cathie Wood interview.
Well, a lot of people found Ark because of Bitcoin in our early days. And so they were in the retail space, individuals who were just buying for their own accounts. What has changed is we are now talking to the major platforms. So we call them wirehouses, so Morgan Stanley, UBS, Merrill Lynch, Wells Fargo. And they are in deep due diligence, like, okay, what is this? We have to have a point of view now. They actually have an index against which they're going to be judged, and that's an ETF. Right? Now Bitcoin is part of how they're going to be graded. And while no major platform has yet put any of the spot Bitcoin ETFs on its platform yet, we think that's coming. We can tell from the kinds of questions they're asking. They're asking deep questions, not only about Bitcoin itself, but about infrastructure, ops, risks. And so the heat is on because this is a new asset class. Bitcoin is a new asset class. It's a monetary system to be sure, but it also represents a new asset class. And what that means in our world is that as a fiduciary, someone looking after portfolios for people, a fiduciary has to consider a new asset class because of the low correlation with other assets in terms of returns and risk. And so if you add Bitcoin to an existing portfolio, if that is right, and this is low correlation asset, what that means is over time, returns per unit of risk will go up. So if one platform has Bitcoin and offers that opportunity of diversification and higher risk-adjusted returns, and another doesn't, then they're going to have a problem if this one's right.
So how much bigger would it make the inflows with these platforms? Because we've had some considerable inflows already to the likes of yourself, BlackRock, everybody else who's launched their ETFs. How much bigger does these platforms, how much of a difference would these make?
Well, the ETFs are a wonderful structure. They can scale. You've got an ecosystem. This is not just the 10 companies or how many are still in operation. I don't know if any, I don't think any has outright failed yet, but the ecosystem, the structure is extremely flexible because the authorized participants, the market makers, are not inside one firm. You know, we have dozens of authorized participants, and those are the big brokerage houses. So this is another reason they're being not forced into this, they're being lured into this, because the ecosystem, authorized participants, market makers, is a very lucrative ecosystem. And these wirehouses host many of them. So I think, you know, we could scale to hundreds of billions of dollars.
Last month, during a Bitcoin conference in London, Matt Hugan, the CIO of Bitwise, emphasized wirehouses play a significant role in the influence of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Experts believe that major national platforms such as Morgan Stanley and UBS will greatly enhance accessibility to Bitcoin ETFs, leading to a substantial increase in demand for these products. It is predicted that we are just weeks away from 1 or 2 wirehouses listing Bitcoin ETFs, with all wirehouses expected to follow suit within a few months. Hugan observed that the ongoing prosperity of these ETFs will compel the funds to expedite their due diligence, as discussed during her conversation with McCormack last Wednesday. Cathie discussed the recent developments in Washington regarding the cryptocurrency industry. The U.S. House of Representatives passed the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, FIT 21, which aims to establish a regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. This act delineates the responsibilities between the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Under this bill, blockchain networks that are recognized as functional and decentralized will fall under the purview of the CFTC, while those recognized as functional but centralized will be regulated by the SEC. According to Cathie, the bill is a significant win for the cryptocurrency industry. It is made even more significant by the fact that 71 Democrats voted in favor, crossing party lines. This bipartisan support indicates a growing acceptance and positive outlook for the regulatory environment of cryptocurrency, instilling confidence in its future. Optimism and confidence among investors. Returning to Cathie's conversation with McCormack, the founder of Ark Invest, delves deeper into the unexpected approvals of the Ether ETFs, the shifting political landscape, and Donald Trump's recent endorsement of cryptocurrencies. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.